with another short here. Will I see some storms? It's a question mark. Guess we're just gonna find out together. What I'm probably gonna get, because you could see, actually, I'm dumb. There are some storms, right? Storms stretch from there, and you could see the sun beaming up against the high, very high clouds there, which that is the storm right there. And then you got this. There is an outflow boundary. It's not well defined, which is kind of probably making these storms weaken a bit, but whatever. We still have low-level clouds here, or somewhat some low-level clouds, which they have been sticking around all day basically. And we have some of this a lot of clearing actually. We have a lot of clearing here, and what that's doing is like we're seeing stability rise up here. And what that's going to do is that it's going to promote these storms to actually grow up and take advantage of that instability and try to get strong. And that is exactly what these storms are trying to do here. Is they're developing on a remnant outflow boundary from earlier storms up in the escarpment there in extreme portions of northern South Carolina. So, without further ado, what's up, chat? What's up, camp? What's up, Gojo? Well, I found out where you went, I guess. Yeah, I went live. But you could see there is, I don't know if that's a shelf. I guess you could, hold on. I'm going to back up, chat, because that very well could be a shelf. But we're just going to back up here in my front yard. Hopefully I don't make a fool of myself. But that could very well be an actual shelf. I don't think it's going to be well defined because it's not severe, but you could see, look, you could kind of see some sort of, I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait until it gets closer, but you could kind of see. These are not just random clouds, and I did check radar. There's like pretty heavy thunderstorms, and this is, oh, you saw that? It's lightning. Looks like this is going towards my way, so we're gonna see what happens. Last time I checked, there was a special weather statement for this, warned for 50-mile-per-hour wind gust and pea-sized hail. Let's see what happens here. The structure is kind of being hidden here by these low-level clouds. And like I said, these low clouds have been sitting around today. And you could see what I'm talking about. But we have a lot of breaks over here. So the sun's setting. I'm going to assume in about an hour or two when instability is going to wane due to... Okay, we're hearing thunder. I don't know what I'm going to get here. Because we might see some storms develop on this outflow boundary that was produced by remnant storms earlier this late this morning. We're just gonna be sucked into this muggy pattern for a few days before future Amado gets up on out of here. We'll see what it does, but you could see these clouds are still rising. And you can see some storms are developing here. You could see cumulonimbus. What's up, Evan? Welcome to the show. What's up, Jay? You could see that cumulonimbus trying to blow up there. So these storms are trying to still grow up too. Trying to do something. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. That is very, very cool. See that little swiggly? Focus my camera a bit. What's up, Kai? It's so hard. I'm trying to... You see that little swiggly? That's cool. You could see some greenage there. But you could see the sun, like, beaming up against the rain and trying to make it through the rain. So I'm assuming this is the strongest part here. But we got some storms trying to develop here. So what I'm assuming, just based off of this alone, this is probably the most intense, if you want to call it, intense, meaning 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That might be the most intense part. Over here, what I'm assuming is that we've got storms trying to develop, but they're not quite as strong as what there is over here because we got a lot more sunlight beaming up against the lighter rain than the heavier rain over here, which will make sense because you could see the sunlight over here. So, it's cool. But you can see, yeah, look at that, dude. That's amazing, dude. I wish there were not many trees over here so I could get a really good sunset view of the storm, and not only the storm, but the sunset too, which would be immaculate. But how's everybody doing here? Dude, this, look at this, dude. That's insane. So the sun is setting over there. And I feel like I'm gonna get missed. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get missed by all this. And that looks pretty darn cool, supposedly, right there. So I'm gonna probably get this, which is gonna be nothing, basically. But you can see where you could see it trying to grow there, right up there too. So that's what's popping. Oh, we're just gonna wait and see. I just wanted to hop on here, do a stream for a bit, cause why not, right? You know, Saturday night, dude. I gotta back up again, dude. This is crazy. It's not like I didn't see this, but like, it's just taking a back look at it. Actually, I'm gonna go over here. I'm not even gonna go back over there, cause I'm gonna go over here and look at. Oh, guys, you can see it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Yes, this is cool. Hold on. What's up, Evan? Welcome back. All right. Ooh, you can barely see the sun, but sun's setting over there, which I'm probably gonna get this. Who knows if any of this is gonna strengthen? But look at that, chat. Looks like a shelf there. A very, very cool, but not very intense shelf cloud. That looks so cool, guys. Which there might be some heavier wind gusts up in the most intense part of the rain. You could see there too as well. So that's very cool. Meanwhile, we got the sun setting over there. So, like I'm assuming here, you know. Oh my bad. I think that's the most intense part over there, and that's gonna miss me, obviously, unfortunately, because we need rain. We need rain, chat. We need rain, and it's been dry for a few weeks, so can't help it. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. We just need some storms to develop over here, which they're trying to do that too. You got some cumulus trying to develop, but I don't know if it's gonna be strong enough for actually to produce the storms that are over there producing a shelf cloud. And you could see that shelf cloud is kind of getting closer towards me. Yeah, look at that. It's getting more fanned out, basically. I feel like that's the most intense part, because that's where the shelf is over there. Right here, and then it stops somewhere like right in here. And then and that's the tail end of the storms. And over here is where we're trying to see some storms develop on the outflow boundary. And the sun sets over there. So very, 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 very cool. Very cool stuff that we're seeing here. I didn't check radar. Ever since I went live, I haven't checked radar, but would you consider that a shelf? I might be dumb, but that kind of does look like a shelf. And then that might be going towards me, actually, more that I think about it. So I might be getting that. I don't know what that is over there, but that looks interesting. Right there. Y'all see that? Focus. That little lower thing, I don't think it's anything really, but that shelf cloud's getting closer. I feel like that is a shelf. So I feel like that part's going towards me. I feel like it. Yeah, it is. It is. It's coming towards me. What's up, Redbird? Welcome to the stream. Man, this thing's... I don't know if it's moving slow or if it's just not a strong... Well, I mean, it is strong because it's special. If anybody in chat could look up if it's still a special weather statement, I'd be very appreciative. Dude, look at that swiggly, dude. That's insane. Little swiggly line. That's so cool. Look at that swiggly line. I like that. That's cool. That's And I was on mute. I don't know how long I was on mute, but that's cool. Oh yeah, you could see too over there. I don't know if that's getting stronger anywhere there, but I hope I get some rain, chat. Just gonna wait and see together. But yeah, thank you, Top Fin, for clarifying that. But yeah, look at that. The sun beaming up against those clouds there, making a more very colorful sunset. What's up, Space Expert? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the more I back up, the more I could give you guys more of a big time look at this. But that is cool over there. I haven't heard any thunder ever since. But dang, dude. It's cool. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna do something real quick. Alright, I'm back. So, that is your... Okay, I'm zoomed out way too much, but... That is your boundary, supposedly. Or your shelf. Whatever you want to call it. When the sun is setting, it's giving a very colorful structure with this. Dude, those clouds are moving fast. Well, not too fast, but... They're moving at a pretty relatively... fast clip there. Dude, that thing's almost over me. So, let's see if this has any wind with it. Because it's moving through right now. And it looks like I'm going to get some of it too. So, oh yeah, it's moving that way. I don't know if that's the actual storm motion, but those clouds are like moving this way. So, whatever. Oh, there's lightning. I think I caught that, but... Excuse me. Yeah, I think I'm going to get that part. So let's see if I get any wind and it's moving right on top of me. Up here. You could see the... I don't know if it's well defined anymore, but... Yeah, it's basically right over me now. We'll see if we get any higher winds with this. But we're just going to wait and see what happens. Yeah, we're in the outflow now. No rotation in this anywhere, really. I don't think there... No, there's no rotation anywhere. Yeah, this thing's right over me right now, too. I'm not seeing any higher winds, but it just got considerably darker. So we'll see what we find here. Yeah, look at that, chat. It's so cool. So I feel like I'm gonna get that now. I'm gonna get that, like... Yeah, I'm gonna get that. Like, that's gonna be coming towards me. Because you could see the motion here. It's gonna be faster in person than it will be on camera. Camera doesn't give a big time to depiction on as to how fast this thing's moving at. I can't tell which way this thing's moving. I can't tell, chat. But this is very cool. That's some interesting cloud motion. Gosh, dude, it got considerably darker. Kind of feels a little bit off on my part, but Yeah, but yeah, we're in the outflow. So we're gonna see some winds pick up. I hear it. I think that is the wind. That is the wind. I hear it and I can't see it. Well, you can't see wind, but you could see it beam against the trees. Yeah, winds are picking up a bit. So now we are. Shelf cloud has passed. So I'm gonna go undercover because you never know with lightning. You never know. By the way, you can see some blue clouds over there too. It's pretty darn cool. Look at that chat. Look right there. Okay. Dude, under these clouds is so cool. Okay, rain is starting to fall. I think. I'm gonna get under cover. Just in case. Let's see what we get here, chat. Hit or miss. It's probably gonna be a hit. We'll see though. Okay, wind's picking up though. Wind is picking up. So it's a lot cooler, a lot darker. Getting some pretty good gusts here. Not too strong, but you can see the very good motion on this. What's up, Brian? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so winds are picking up. These clouds look so cool. We're in the outflow. So it's a lot cooler. Getting cooler winds. Just basically kind of surging. Not like that, but like, you know. Yeah, you can tell where the rain bands start. It's over there. So I'm gonna get this. Assuming I get it. Yeah, come on, dude. Can I get rain? I'm not asking much, but I just need rain. I'm not asking too much. Dude, you can see how fast these clouds are moving. Nice sunset. Yeah, unfortunately, trees are kind of blocking the actual pretty good view of the sunset, but overall, nice structure. Yeah, so winds are gusting. Not too high, though. So, looks like I'm going to get that. I don't know. Who knows what I'm going to get? I get what I get. It's kind of how it is, honestly. But seemingly, I get that, right? Seemingly, right? Like, go over here a bit. We got 10 people in the stream. We got 10 likes. So thank you guys for getting that 10 likes. Much appreciated. We'll see how strong these winds get. I don't think this is the peak, but who knows? This might be weaker, which is why the National Weather Service of Greenville, Spartanburg, let off the special weather statements. But yeah, I'm gonna get that. It looks like. We'll see. If anything. Hope I get something. Okay. It's getting closer and closer. There's the rain shaft right there. So all that's rain. And you could tell that's the rain shaft. If I could focus my camera. But it won't focus for some reason. Come on. I mean, it's gotta rain, right? It's getting closer and closer, too. Bats are out. There's a bat over there somewhere. Haven't seen lightning or heard any thunder in a minute. In a hot minute. But there are some wind gusts here that are gusting. Not too high, though. Oh, there's a lightning. There you go. So this is kind of the stronger part of the storm. We'll see if I get it. Time will tell, honestly. Yeah, rain is filling in over there too. So this is getting stronger. And there was just some lightning. So winds are, I mean, they're not severe by any means. But there's something. There's something. Looks like I might be getting rain after all, chat. Question is, if I when will I even get it? But it's getting closer and closer, dude. It's probably not going to last long. Well, who knows? Okay, it's starting to rain. Or sprinkle. I say that lightly. Dude, the rain shaft is right there.